Hey, what's up everyone? I've got a quick but unusual video for you. We're going to be taking a look at this screen protector. It's for the iPhone 6 and 6S. It was sent out to me by Sunrise Industrial Co. all the way from Hong Kong. If you're wondering what makes this screen protector so special, stick around because I'm going to show you. Enan here from Droid Mania and you're watching my quick review. So let's get started. I guess I should start out by saying that I want you to focus in on the screen right now. As you can see, there's no major dents or scratches or dings on it. Why am I pointing that out, you ask? Because it's going to be important later. I had this iPhone since the iPhone 6 was released, and it's in perfect working order. Now that we've got that out of the way, we can go ahead and get started with the install. Because this is a new product for Sunrise, I'm not sure if the packaging here is final. In fact, it's pretty simple, but you get everything you need. There are some instructions here, as well as pictures. I think this here is some sort of quick start guide. It is in multiple languages, and there's instructions on both sides, so I think they've got most of us covered. As you know, I've installed many screen protectors before. This is what I do on the channel, so I'm not necessarily going to follow along. Next, we've got a familiar packet of items that you're going to need for the install. So let's go ahead and open this up and take a quick look inside. First up, you'll find your dust and lint sticker to help remove that debris off the screen. You've also got a microfiber cloth, which you'll be using to dry the screen, as well as this wet wipe. So we're going to go ahead and start with that. It's a pretty decent size. It's also pretty fresh, meaning that the alcohol hasn't dried out. That's always one way you can tell how long this thing has been sitting. When it comes to cleaning the display, I like to take my time making sure that there's absolutely nothing left on it before I apply the protector, because just as I always say, anything that's underneath the protector after you apply it is going to be there, so you want to take your time to make sure that you can get this right. If you do happen to make a mistake, I'd say you can lift the protector off once, maybe twice, before it's ruined, so just keep that in mind. When it comes to using the microfiber cloth, my main piece of advice there is to make sure that you don't leave any lint particles on the screen, so make sure that you give it the once over before you apply the protector. And speaking of the protector, let's go ahead and get that out. You'll notice that there's two protective film covers here, so we'll peel off the first. Again, the key things here is to make sure that there's no lint on the display. Since I'm not using the stickers provided here to help with the placement, I've got to make sure I got the protector properly positioned before I place it on the display. It takes a bit of practice and patience, but I'm sure I can get it done. So if you're following along with this video, just take your time. I usually start by lining up the protector around the fingerprint scanner, and then releasing and pressing in the center to smooth out any air bubbles. There's not a squeegee included with the tools here, so I'm just going to use the microfiber cloth and start from the center and press out any bubbles to the edge of the display. Now this I take my time with, and that's just because I don't like to have any imperfections on my display. For the sake of time, I'll just tell you that I did have to remove the protector one time because I just wasn't satisfied with the install, but I won't show you that here in this video. Instead, let's continue along so that you can see what this thing looks like. And now that I've got just about all of the bubbles out, and like I said, I did have to remove it, so there are a few remaining here, but I've got several of these protectors, so if I need to, I can reinstall. But we know why these are here, so let's just keep going. If you guys end up liking this video and want to see more, just leave that down in the comments below. I've actually got enough of these on hand to have a small giveaway, so if there's interest, we can make it happen. Alright, so we're finally at the portion of the review where we're going to get to actually test this thing out. In terms of clarity, it looks really good on the iPhone. I'm not seeing or feeling any issues when it comes to touch sensitivity. In fact, this screen protector almost feels like tempered glass, which I gotta say I'm pretty surprised by because I expected this protector to have that sticky film feeling. Alright, but enough said on that topic. It looks good, it feels good, so let's go ahead and get to our first test. And I think you might find this one pretty interesting. Now when it comes to protection, of course Sunrise had assured me that this is much better than tempered glass, but you guys know me better than that. We'll be the judge. Yup, so I pulled out the hammer. We haven't done this type of test on the channel before, so this should be rather fun. You can see I was a little nervous here this first go round, but we can do better than that. I'm not seeing any scratches or dings here in the protector. I was told this thing is anti-scratch, it's shock proof, as well as impact resistant. So the second time, let's try this again using just a bit more force. I tell you, with every hit, I cringed. I mean, this is my iPhone. You can see here from the marks in the protector that there's several good ones here. And I'll just quickly tap the wake button to make sure that the phone still works. Alright, so I'm not seeing any real issues, but I am kind of wondering if I've got scratches or dents on my actual display. But we're going to keep going with the test. So I found this nail lying around and wondered, what type of test could we do with that? This isn't something that I do every day, and another one that I'm truly nervous about. Based on what I've seen with the hammer test, if it could resist that, then this should be no problem. So far so good. I at least got the nail to stay in the wall, and this is something that wasn't so easy. I guess I should have found a longer nail. In terms of the impact and force that I'm using, so far the display hasn't broken, so I'd definitely say this is a good sign. I'll just go ahead and finish off this nail into the wall, and then we can take a quick look at the phone to check things out and see how well the protector's holding up. Alright, so that about does it, so let's have a quick look. I think this is about as close as I can get the nail into the wall without actually banging the phone on the wall. So now let's check out the protector. As you can see here, this protector's taken quite a beating, but it hasn't torn or shattered or split or anything like that. At this point, underneath I can't tell if the display is being affected, but we're going to take a look at that later. Right now, I've got another test I want us to do. I'm thinking this protector's got to have a pretty high hardness rating, so I pulled out my moles kit so that we can put that to the test. We'll start off with a rating of 2H, and anything that has a rating of 2H can be scratched by your fingernail, for example. That's not happening here, which is kind of what I expected, because like I said, I think this has a pretty high hardness rating. So let's go ahead and move on to a 3H, and that means that it can be scratched with a piece of copper. I definitely wasn't expecting to see a scratch here, because like I said, I thought this would have a pretty high hardness rating. Alright, so what this says is that it's not totally scratch resistant, but when it comes to impact, you've definitely got some high resistance there. Alright, I think we've done enough tests for this quick review, so let's go ahead and remove the protector and examine it. In the hand, you can definitely feel the nicks and grooves here, but there's not a single puncture in the protector. I'm going to slow things down a bit here so that you can take a closer look at the display. Right now, I gotta say I'm pretty amazed after everything that we've done today. Surely I expected there to be at least some damage. I mean, I didn't want there to be because I'm actually going to end up selling this iPhone, but I thought for sure there'd at least be something. So since all those tests went really well, I thought I'd push the envelope just a little bit more to see how much this thing really could take. I wouldn't suggest trying this at home, but I got out some lighter fluid, doused the front of the protector, and then lit it on fire. I know it's crazy, but I just had to see for myself. We've done quite a few strange things with this protector today, but if it can stand all of this, I'd say this is what we need for all of our phones, Android included. I know that Sunrise is just starting to work on this protector and getting it ready for release, but I'd really like to see this available for Galaxy phones. It seems to me that this would solve a lot of the issues that we're having on our Galaxy devices as we're looking for those perfect cases. You'll get the protection that you want. It'll definitely be able to be paired with a case. It's not tempered glass, but it does feel pretty good, much better than a normal film protector. It's also not edge to edge, but what I did notice here is that you're not going to have that halo effect. With a proper install, overall you're going to have a really nice protector. If you're interested in this protector, the link is down below for iPhone, so go and check it out. But for those with Galaxy series phones, I ask Sunrise, when can we get this? We'll be waiting. Okay, so there you have it. What do you think of the Nano Screen Protector by Sunrise? We put this one through a rigorous test today, unlike any others that we've done on the channel. If you'd like to know more about the Nano Screen Protector, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Or if you're just plain interested in this protector for your Android phone, leave that in the comments down below. If you're new to the channel, now would be the time to go ahead and click that subscribe button for more content like this. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next one.